Hi everybody, Noel Garner here from Cambridge Art Academy. I'm really fortunate enough to be painting today with Roos Schuring, who you can see in the background here. She's a Dutch painter and she paints in oils in all kinds of weathers. And she's teaching me how to set up oil equipment on the beach so that it doesn't fall over. And it's nearly raining, but not quite, so we should be okay to paint.
Maybe you need 25 kilos?
20? And you're painting with gloves?
No. I like to feel the paint.
Yeah.
I can always wipe it off.
Sure.
Important things, such as the highest white or the darkest dark in the beginning, because you can, easily leave that, there and paint around, so I think not to wait for the important stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
The dog now?
Yep.
Reflection? Nice. The dog? Horses. Good. Good.
Rose, thank you for the opportunity of painting with you today. It's really been my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
And interesting to see how you work outdoors. Tell me a little bit about how is it that you've, you know, most painters paint indoors, don't they? But you obviously love painting outdoors. Why?
Yeah, it's same as many painters say, you know. The end result is just better. And yeah, maybe it's smaller, but yeah, I think the image counts, the picture counts, the image in the book, the image in history. You know, small, big, that don't matter. But good or bad, you know. It's good because, you know, when you register nature or things moving, there's a sort of free-ish sense, or it's not deliberate. You put down paint, not deliberate, but in a intuitive state. So therefore it's more pure, more right. Everything's better, I think. But I wish I could do the big studio ones, the same, you know. But I think I need to go big outdoors.
Okay. But there's a practical reason as well. I mean, in when it's windy like this,
Yeah.
a smaller painting.
Yeah, wind don't matter, but rain does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big painting and rain could give trouble.
So, what sort of advice would you give? Just very simple, practical advice would you give to somebody who's never painted outdoors and suddenly, I'm going to do what I want to paint outdoors?
Yeah, join workshops in your area.
Yeah.
And maybe from different plein air artists. And yeah, look into the material you use first, you know, the tips and tricks. Because when everything's steady and doesn't blow away, it's more easy painting that way, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
So get the materials in order.
Yeah.
Put on maybe thermal clothing.
Yes.
Take with you, you know, the protection things like umbrellas and duct tape, and don't do the acrylics outdoors.
Because?
Because in summertime it dries up. Cannot mix, cannot remix. Yeah, maybe with a retarder. Maybe try a retarder if you want to do the acrylic.
So speaking of materials, this is all oils.
Yeah.
This is your favorite material? Your favorite medium is to paint in oils?
Only medium. Yeah. Okay. And favorite.
Do you sketch as well?
Now very sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes children in the garden or something. Okay.
And do you carry this kit that you've got in front of you now? Does this go with you everywhere?
Yeah. It's been this not because this is a new one, but yeah, I've been around, you know, with this one traveling. But maybe I would have to need the pochette too, yeah.
Okay. I found my little pochette box.
Yeah.
Just brilliant to use.
But I need then a big fold-out palette.
Right. Like yeah, okay, like this.
Yeah, or bigger even.
Yeah. Bigger.
Yeah, why not?
Well, because it's big. Rose, talk me through then this nice little painting here. Talk me through the process. How you started it, how you developed it, when you think it's done.
Yeah, I will start when, you know, when a painting is done. I want to start there. The painting is done when some little voice inside says it's done. And then I recheck, check and recheck in the mirror if it's really done, you know, because why not, why now? You know, people who start out always ask this, when? But it's just intuitively. Then how I start is, yeah, deciding where the horizon is. You know, do I want much sky or do I want much, here in this case, sand? If I put people in or maybe a horse or whatever, where will it be? You know, I adjust the horizon to this, and then I put in thin paint, mostly with the, the oils and the cleaning spirits. I have, two, the cleaning spirit and the turpentine all the way throughout the painting session. I have 2 cups here. The advantage of that is it dries up very quickly. I think maybe in 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dry, and then I can put paint above. The underlayer should be darker than the upper layer.
Yeah.
Because in here there's footsteps. I would recommend that you put in already, a dark line in this cleaning spirit, so you can put over the sand next to it and have this dark shining through.
Mm-hmm.
Depth. Or maybe sometimes, a color like the sea is a two-way color. It's a, duo color. It's what's reflected from the sky, and underneath it the shade of the sea water. So I would use this cleaning spirit to put in the underneath layer the shadow color.
Which is generally darker.
Most, yeah.
Okay.
But, of course there's not one way to do nothing in this world, so you can put under, over, upper, you can mess around.
Okay. And finally, just explain something about this. This is unusual. You've got this all taped up. What's happening here?
Yeah, I've got exhibitions coming up. So and white takes a long time to dry. So I pre-framed it. So I can take the tape off and put it up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. I don't do that all the time. But to explain a little bit, some people put in the sky first and the sand after, people who start out.
Yeah.
But why do that? Maybe work overall, and as the sky changes, of course, you can change the sky with it. And I noticed that the sky and the sea were some similar, color, and it often is, of course, but sometimes it's not. And this was my, first idea. The first idea you remember and keep in mind all the way through.
Okay.
But there could be many skies above here. There's no one right sky, But here is where I ended, and now it's balanced out, I think. And of course, it probably isn't my master work, but it's one. It's I think good and good enough for now.
Well,
every day we get better, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's lovely, and I love this. It's quite. I like that it's fairly thick. You paint thicker than I normally do, and so I just love the painterly aspect of just you can see the strokes, and that's partly because you're using brushes.
Yeah.
Quite stiff brushes, aren't you?
Yeah, stiff brushes, old brushes, white brushes. Sometimes, this is not my favorite because this is, the hairs are too thin. The thicker one and the long. Now this is maybe all worn out already, but even kijken, where is it? Favorite. Yeah, these are, I think, my favorite. They're a little bit long and stiff. Be careful.
Yeah.
But of course, you could paint with anything. But be careful with the, soft brushes. They put every mark on like a square.
Yes.
Maybe you don't want that.
Mm-hmm. You like to see the texture, the lines.
Yeah, and have it, and have it end in maybe a pointer and not a square.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have old brushes, there's hair sticking out, but maybe that's a good thing, you put here and you have this.
Yep.
And not with a soft brush, it will be like, one
whole thing.
color and not the stripes. Yeah, I don't know, something.
Very good, love it. Thank you. Fantastic.
Let
me just, Rose, thank you.
Just another day, beach painting. Thank you, Noel, very much.